Jim Roche, president of AutoPoint, says that by consolidating their vendors, dealers can save money in this competitive marketplace.
Dealers are caught between a rock and a hard place. On the one hand, because they've had to downsize their expense footprint, they have less resources, whether it be people, programs, or whatever. On the other hand, from a communications and customer retention standpoint, dealers have to do more to address the broader variety of communication preferences that consumers have, as you mentioned, whether it be social media, email, text, live phone, direct mail. That's one of the advantages of AutoPoint. As a one-stop shop, having all those modalities of communication integrated allows us to deliver all of the methods of communication in a more cost-effective manner. The reason AutoPoint is more cost-effective, if you think about it, is because if you're doing business with multiple vendors, every one of those vendors has an expense footprint that the dealer has to pay. In the simplest example, if you buy a program, a salesperson had to sell it to you. Well, they get a salary, they get a commission, they get expenses. If you have 5 programs, 5 salespeople had to get paid. Every one of those companies has a building. They have overhead, they have rent, they have utilities. The more companies you do business with, the more redundant expenses that you're paying. Whereas if you're doing business with a one-stop shop like AutoPoint, then you're reducing your expense profile. Typically, we would see about a 40% reduction in customer retention expenses if a dealer has multiple vendors and they go to a single vendor source like AutoPoint.